Our community influences us in reaching our dreams, by which education is given emphasis. Based on the movie, the children live in a remote area where their school is a houseboat, which is very difficult for them to go to school since their parents want them to help in fishing. As their parents lacked awareness of how important education was. As proof, the fisherman parent forced his son to stop his studies to help him in fishing for the living. In this case, the learner's mindset was shaped by their parents' influences and experiences affecting their future. There's a scene in the movie that the teacher asked her students what to become in the future. Her student answered to be a fisherman. This is a living proof how our community molds us in perceiving our dreams. But good thing, the teacher motivate and strive hard so that her students will continue to study because she believed that her students would success in the future. The different strategies used by Mr. Song and Miss Anne are they both used experiential learning and interactive teaching, but they differ with how they used it. They both used experiential learning in which Miss Anne used it as a hands-on experience, like she allows her students to answer mathematical questions, while Mr. Song used it as learning through reflection on doing, for which he gave experience to his students who did not ride on a train for the student to catch the lesson and will learn and understand if they experience it. Next is they also used both interactive teaching that allows them to learn in meaningful ways like what Miss Anne did. She let her students to introduce themselves with a pose so the children did and they enjoyed doing it. In the case of Mr. Song, he let his students speak the alphabet of letters with examples in a way that his students would enjoy but at the same time learn from it. Miss Anne also used the root memorization in which while she was cooking, she let her students guess the answer of the numbers she was saying. Many were called, but few were chosen in the teaching field. This simply means that there are many, or shall we say, a lot of students taking up education course and wanted to be a teacher. But because of high competition, only few were given a chance to become a teacher. Some of the reasons for this are lack of knowledge, capabilities, skills, dedication, experience, and hard work. Because this is a must, especially if you are assigned in remote area with multi-grade levels, as teaching is not just a profession, but a vocation which you should teach with dedication. So these are the common problems of the Philippines and Thailand facing in education together with its solutions. So first is poverty. So parents must not bear more child so that they can educate their children. Next is education in remote areas are deprived. So the solution of this is government must take actions for the situation like assign teachers who had enough experience as well as give them enough learning materials so that children would feel that even though they are poor, they have rights to study. Next is lack of school funding, which results to shortage of school building learning materials and equipment. So the solution for this is government must increase funding for education sector with enough learning resources and equipment to cater a good quality education for everybody. Next is poor education system. So the solution for this is improve teacher training and education, as teacher education is essential to good teaching and learning. Also, develop relevant curriculum, enhance collaboration with stakeholders. Next is education mismatch. So, students must go through a self-exploration process. Understand what you like, where your passion lies, so that it do not create conflict if you are applying a job in the future. Next is learners' lack of support from parents, which commonly happens in far-flung areas because parents are not aware how important education and creating differences to their lives. That's why they didn't allow their child to go to school, because they believe that only rich are allowed to go to school.
With this, parents must attend counseling to be aware that they need to support their children for a brighter future.
The similarities of the movies Mga Munting Tinig and The Teacher's Diary is, in terms of teaching learning are, teachers actively engage students in learning, in which even though they don't have enough resources for the learners' needs, they manage to find ways for their students to make difference in their lives. It is also child-centered, in which they focuses the children's learning to be developed, that even they are located in the remote areas, they able to give students quality education because teachers are dedicated in their profession. Also, learning by doing. They allow students to learn from what they did because it is the best way students would easily understand, especially that they are far from civilizations, that their knowledge is limited. They perform real-world tasks. Teachers let students do things that could help them grow as an individual. They also promote student development and encourage students to give their best outside from their comfort zone.